Tonight's horrors, you will find it. Wait the days away.
Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Hope you enjoyed that music we had on earlier. Really different, really strange, but really cool as well. We like things that are different on this channel for sure. Now we've got some heavy metal bands up now, so we've got some chunky metal, shouty bands that I think we've got to check out today. This first band made a submission as well, so that's very, very appreciative. This is Carnareum. The track is called Carousel. It's got an official music vid, so let's give it a spin. Here we go.
Tonight's horrors, you will find it in your sleep. The field of terrors, come along and take a ride. And buy some candy too, there is no escaping this. This place will swallow you, come have some rest.
Nice chunky guitar.
You are the guest, just come have some rest.
Yeah.
Now you have been invited to the blood circus. Let's take a ride, it will be fun. It can go round and round and round. Nowhere to hide, you cannot run. You wake up deep beneath the ground. Not a murderer, more like
Yeah,
a
not a fat chunk to it.
Shiver your spine, make you wanna lose your mind. You know you got what you have coming. There is no life left now. Don't try to stop this. You can get up. Come on, give up. You can wake up. Now it's our stop. You see death stand
A
before
lot of gravel in the vocal.
as you lie there paralyzed. Can you feel his finger running down your veins?
Nice fat guitar tone. You can hear the bass nicely in the mix. The vocal sounds great. The drums sound cool, but I'd like to hear a bit more cymbal sound in this band. Yeah, really fill out that high end that we've got now. So yeah, just crank up those cymbals. Give it a nicer wash.
Let's take a ride. It will be fun. It can go round and round and round. Nowhere to hide. You cannot run. You wake up deep beneath the ground. Let's take a ride. It will be fun.
Yeah, cymbals have got a nice wash. I'd just like to hear it more.
Nowhere to hide. You cannot run. You wake up deep beneath the ground.
And that one went quick for me, and I think this is over a 4-minute track. Yeah, I know this 3.5-minute track, but that went really quick for me. I was enjoying it too much. As I say, nice, fat, chunky guitar tone. You could hear the bass nicely in the mix as well. The vocal was great. Sat nicely in the mix, had a good gravel to it. They did vocal layering and group vocal as well, which was cool. The drums sounded great. The cymbals sounded great. They just weren't loud enough in my opinion. I would have just liked to have heard them a bit louder in the mix to give it more of a wash, fill out that high end, compensate for that big chunky guitar tone that was in there, but it sounded great. So yeah, That's all I would have said in terms of the kind of mix. Let me just double check where these guys are from. Doesn't say. Oh, Stockholm these guys are from. So yeah, I thought they were European. I could got the European vibe from it. Right, let's move on to this next band. This is Grave with a View. The track's called In the Arms of Decay. Oh, this one's live apparently. I didn't realise that. So let's check this one. Cool, good recording. Big ass drum on that kit.
There's a better voice of the faith. Well, when the war ends in fail, the battle in your blood, and the blood on your hands. There's no worship left for your name.
Big dirty bass tone.
So build the open world. Waste the days away.
Yeah.
With the arms of decay.
Hey, look at that big ass drum. It's metal as well. Yeah.
The tender blood, rain on one life. Salvation carved in flesh and bone.
Oh, the bass sounds great. Yeah.
Waste the days away with the arms of decay.
Yeah, cool. Crazy guitar tone. Big ass toms that he's got. That's one of the weirdest kit setups I've seen, but it's super cool. He's got two big fat toms like that. Dope.
The winds of body's breath, so fills the open world. Waste the days away with the arms of decay. The winds of body's breath, give way to the positive cry. Waste the days away with the arms of decay.
I'm loving the vocal. It's almost got a blackened edge to it. It's almost got a kind of deathy edge to it as well in a way. Yeah, it's hard to describe exactly what this band are. They're a metal band obviously, but they're not like a heavy metal band. They got their own thing going on, this band. I enjoyed it very, very much. Cool sound. Cool riffs, cool moving it about in the energy, with a different tone to it as well though. As I say, kind of blackened, kind of deathy, kind of metally, but yeah, not really any of those things in particular all at once, you know, so very cool. Just have a quick look as well where these guys are from and stuff. Doesn't say, just says there's no light left to chase, apparently. There you go, that's all we got. Let's move on to this last band of today, and apparently these guys are from Yorkshire in the UK. It's a band called Give In. The track is called Mystics, and that's what we're going to do. Check it out. Oh, they're totally different guitar tones in all the bands today. That's pretty cool. Different kind of mix as well to each one. Yeah, different tone to the mix. do with a bit more bass. Seems a bit kind of, it hasn't got the kind of mids and lows that it needs to really kind of chunk it out. Nice scratchy guitar tone though, that's got loads of mids to it. Nice guitar tone. It's got a deep growl. Yeah, there's a couple of mixing things on this track that I'd like to have seen remedied. The level of the vocal, depending on whether he's doing that low stuff or the more highest fry scream, is coming through at a different volume and a different power. I think it just could have been, the mix could have been balanced out a bit better. All the elements are there. Great guitaring, cool drumming and bassing. Vocals cool. But it's kind of just not got a consistency to it through the mix. It doesn't feel like it's all gelled together the best way that it could be. You know, the sounds aren't kind of meshing together as best they could in the mix, and that's what a mix is, you know, it's like mixing a cake. You've got to get all the ingredients at the right level to make it a nice balanced cake for it to come out right in the end. And you can use all the right ingredients, but if you don't use the right amount of each ingredient, it's not going to come out the best that it can, you know. And that's what I'm saying. These guys had all the right ingredients to make, if we use a cake analogy, a great cake. But I think they maybe just kind of didn't get the measurements quite right on each of the elements of the music and the ingredients to just get it the best that it could. I think it was really just a slightly of a mixing issue. Let me see if it says on here where it was mixed. It says it was mastered by Nick Hudson. So I hope I'm not offending Nick Hudson. But yeah, I do think that this one could have sounded better in the mix. Could have sounded chunkier, could have sounded more forceful, could have been a bit wider as well on the stereo to just really force his music out the mix and punch you in the face and in the ears, because all the elements were there to do that with the music. But I thought it was very cool anyway. I enjoyed the track, it had lots of different sections to it. I enjoyed the different vocals, I enjoyed the vocal layering, cool drumming, good riffage in there as well. So as I say, all the elements were there, just needed to be slightly, for my personal taste, I think it could have come across more loud, more chunky, more fuller sounding. Just sounded a bit like each of these elements were a bit thin, and when mixed together didn't just kind of mesh together as well as they could. But that is purely a mixing thing. So kind of shows you how you can have all the right elements. You can play you can play your guitar and sing and do all this stuff right, but if it's not necessarily mixed as best that it could, it won't represent the sound, even though you've done everything right in the recording process. The mix, that's why I talk about the mix in every single video, and I'm so interested in mixing nowadays, because it doesn't matter how well you've recorded all the members of the band, the final touch is the mixer, and it is the mix. So you've got to kind of make sure that your mix is representing the sound and the recording that you've done as best that it can. And that's, you don't get it right every single time. Some mixes are better than others. But yeah, that's what it's all. That's why I talk about the mix so much, and it's so important, because it doesn't matter what the band have done. If the mixer doesn't represent the sound as best that it can be, that's what you're left with. That's what you get at the end of the day. So there you go. Hope you've enjoyed that show, guys. Hope you enjoyed that weird music we had earlier as well. That's going to be it for today. Thanks for all the bands for making submissions. Very, very appreciative. But other than that, hope you're having a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.